All right, pre-algebra students. So today we are moving into our next lesson about representing proportional relationships. So to be successful, we should be able to determine the constant of proportionality in a table, a graph, and an equation. And remember that the constant of proportionality is just like a unit rate. So in this lesson, we should be able to determine what is a proportional relationship, and we will be able to examine the proportional relationships in tables, graphs, and equations. Make sure that you are following along with your fill in the blank notes, and let's get started. So, proportional relationships. Earlier in class, we talked about how a relationship, it is a relationship between two quantities is proportional if the ratio between the two quantities is constant. Two things will be true about a graph that is proportional. First of all, the graph will be a straight line, and we'll see that in a second. The graph will be a straight line, and the graph will pass through the origin. And if you can recall, the origin is the coordinate 0, 0 on the coordinate plane. In a table, we want to check for equivalent or same ratios. In other words, in a proportional table, the ratio of y over x will always be constant. In other words, it will always be the same. So we are given a scenario where Hillary is looking for a gym to join. One gym offers a membership for $25 a month, and we're going to use this information to complete the table and the graph shown. So we are going to first start with the table, and we want to show the relationship between the number of months at the gym and the total cost of the membership. So let's say we're starting at 0 months. If the gym costs $25 a month, we're going to say $25. That is our constant of proportionality. That is our constant of proportionality. And remember, K is Y over X. So if we go to the gym for 0 months, that means we are multiplying the constant of proportionality by 0, 25 times 0. And the cost for that month would be $0. If 1 month passes, we're taking that same number, 25, and multiplying it by the number of months, 25 times 1, and you get $25. 2 months, 25 times 2, $50. And we keep going down the table like this, multiplying the number of months by the constant of proportionality to get the total cost of the gym membership. And so when we get to the end of the table where we just need to create a rule for this scenario, let's say we go to the gym for X number of months. Well, we would be multiplying 25 by X, and my cost is Y. We can actually write an equation for this information. Y is equal to 25X, where X is the constant of proportionality. In other words, the cost is equal to 25 times number of months. So the rate of change shown in the table would be 25, $25 per month. And is the table proportional? Well, if you take the cost, Y, divided by the number of months, X is months, Y is cost, let's say 100 divided by 4 would be 25. 75 divided by 3, 25. 50 divided by 2, 25. 25 divided by 1 is 25. 0 divided by 25 is 0. So the table is proportional because y over x is constant. Constant of proportionality is there. Y over x is constant. In a graph, we're going to show the relationship using these coordinates. So if we look at this table and we don't think about the process for a second, we've got 5 coordinates we can plot here. We know that x, our x-axis, represents the number of months we're going to the gym. And y represents the cost in dollars. So let's treat these like coordinates. We've got 0, 0. We've got 125. We've got 250. 375. And 4, 100. So for the first point, 0, 0. 125. Move over 1. 25 up. And then we have 250. 375. Halfway between 70 and 80. And 4, 100. And if I draw a line through these points, I draw as straight of a line as I can. I notice that the line isn't, well, if I follow the points, it wouldn't be a squiggly line. There would be no curve in it. It would be a straight line. And really, this relationship could go on forever. You can attend a gym for many months, more than 10 if you really wanted to. And so you'll notice this line is straight. And you'll notice that for every 25 we move up on the graph, we're moving 1 over. Rising up 25 over 1. Rising up 25 over 1. And so on. So the rate of change shown in the graph is also 25. Again, that's just our constant of proportionality. And we're supposed to know, is the graph proportional, and explain. Well, yes. The graph is a straight line, and it contains the point 0, 0. It's a straight line and contains the point 0, 0. If a line passes through the origin, you know it is proportional. Now let's talk about equations. We've been toying with the idea of an equation to represent this same relationship. So we want to write an equation to represent the relationship between x, the number of months at the gym, and y, the total cost of membership. So if I just write this without variables for a second, I know that the cost is equal to $25 per month, or 25 times x. So x times the number of months. And so I got a little ahead of myself there. I know that cost represents y, and months is represented by x. So it would be y equals 25x. The constant of proportionality is in the equation already. It's the number in front of x. The number in front of x. Right here. And what conclusion can we make about proportional equations? Well, in an equation, the constant of proportionality is the coefficient, it's the coefficient in front of x. That is the case for all equations we write for proportional relationships. Y equals 25x, the constant of proportionality would be 25. So to sum this up, proportional equations. Proportional equations will be written in the form y equals kx, where k is the constant of proportionality or rate of change. Constant of proportionality. And so x and y in the equation represent different input and output values in the equation. In this case, x represents the input, which is the number of months we want to go to the gym. Y represents the output, which is the cost for going to the gym for that number of months. Input x, output y. It's kind of like a machine. For additional practice, I recommend trying out problems 1 and 2. They put together these entire scenarios and you're able to determine the rates and constant of proportionality in a table, a graph, and an equation. So that was our video. Make sure you try out the additional practice problems to put your understanding together and check your answers with my filled in notes by going to the content library and modules 3 and 4 notes. Ask for support in Math Help Desk if you need it, and thank you so much for watching.